Hi there, my name is Heidi Shannon, and this testimonial is for Ian Rogers and his Deconstructing Construction course. By trade, I am actually a life wellness and business coach. And I met Ian quite a few years ago, and I'm going to walk you through my experience in the property development and construction world, and simply how incredibly value-packed his course is if you are really looking to shortcut any of the learning curves that I had to go through in this industry. But essentially, it's going to save you a ton of time, money, and energy. So my experience in construction and development actually started by accident. I'm an Aussie, but I moved to Bali in 2013 into an area that we knew was going to boom, with the vision for getting into the property industry. So I had a retreat center, so we built our own retreat center. I've built my own house from scratch with zero knowledge about what I was doing with any of this before I started. So if you're a complete beginner, you definitely need this program if you want to sort of shortcut what we went through. I've constructed a shop and a shopping complex. I've renovated a 6-bedroom villa. I've renovated a 7-bedroom villa, so more larger properties. So I started small and kind of worked my way up. And then I gathered a bit of a name for myself on the small island of Bali, and have also worked as a business consultant for others developing their properties that have grand visions, but really need this program, that have absolutely no idea how to get that vision into place. So whether they have been investors or owner investors, I have consulted on a 12-bedroom boutique resort and also a huge shop restaurant complex. So if we rewind all the way back to the beginning, I obviously always had a passion. I think like a lot of people that are going into the property world, you have a passion for property and you're probably a visionary. And that was definitely me in the beginning, but I really had no idea about construction, and the devil, I learned, is always in the details. So the issues that I faced simply was I was learning as I was going. And that actually literally, I think I could have done all of that in a couple of years if I had had this program from the beginning. So rather than it taking years and so much extra time and costly mistakes, big costly mistakes, the bigger the project, obviously the bigger the wins, but also the bigger the losses. So when it came to the issues that I faced, was the details. I think what we don't understand heading into this industry, or if you're already in it, is that if you do not have your eye on every single little detail, which is Ian's genius, it can cost you. For example, on one of our shopping complexes, there was an issue in the spreadsheet that had been missed, and that one little missing step in one spreadsheet, which was a 45-page spreadsheet. What you don't realize with property development, it requires very, very careful maths, and you can't be trusting anybody else with those details. You have to have your eye on it. Almost made the entire project unviable. We had already deconstructed and knocked down 2 beautiful houses to do this development, and it would have meant that we had knocked those down for no reason. So the devil is in the details. That's something that I have had some huge learning curves in, and what Ian shows you is exactly how to use his experience over 40 years to not miss any detail. And if you are a visionary, you're going to look at the detail side of things and kind of skim over it. And this is where, in the planning stages, to get your vision out of your head and onto paper is crucial. And that's what Ian does extremely well and extremely efficiently. Almost anally will teach you how to do that in the easiest, fastest way possible. The second issue that I had was people. Bali is, Indonesia is known to be quite a corrupt country. And so I think it's very common in, some parts of Asia, South America, developing countries where, being a foreigner or an expat developing in those countries, or even in your own country, I see the same issues with, friends and clients that I know that are developing in Australia. So trusting the people that you have. And what Ian teaches you is who you need, because sometimes we don't realize exactly who we're going to need, and it's not factored into the budget properly. And how to pick the right people, and then how to communicate with those people exactly what you want, when you want it, and to the quality and the level that you want it to be. Now, that sounds easy, but saying it once is not enough. So what Ian teaches you is how to keep your eyes exactly on managing all of the different parts, and how to build an amazing team to support you, which is going to literally allow you to sleep at night. The third issue that I have is the many moving parts of a development. You're obviously dealing with construction team, designers, you know, the maths and science and the background of it all, the systems that you need. That in itself, the amount of hours that I sat up looking for systems to be able to use to streamline and automate this wasn't easy to find. And Ian obviously shows you all of that and hands to you what he knows will work specifically for your project. Obviously, I've said I was learning as I went, and there were steps that I was missing that were costly. So the power in this program, I literally, you know, once you get inside this program, you will realize that it's not only going to increase your return on investment for your investments, it's actually going to cut down half the time. So you literally will make the money back almost immediately, simply just following exactly what he says to do. Time delays obviously comes from lack of communication. Something Ian talks a lot about in the program is communication is a skill that we need to have in the property world. So I hope this has been helpful. Obviously, I can't recommend Ian highly enough, also as a human, because what I found in this industry is it can be a little bit cutthroat, can be a lot of sharks. I've gotten to know Ian over the last few years, and who he is as a human. You know, there's a lot of property development courses out there that I looked at, and they're a little bit salesy and a little bit schmarmy and a little bit, you know, we'll teach you how to, you know, make money with no money down, those kind of things for people that are looking to flip properties. But it's not as easy as that. And what I like about Ian is he really is a genuine human with a ton of integrity, but so much knowledge and experience that it will blow your mind. And it will also just allow you to be, you know, having him behind you allows you to be successful, whether you're doing the course or whether you're coaching with him or consulting with him. The investment is 100% worth it. And, you know, for the cost of the program, will literally can save you thousands, if not millions, depending on the size of your project. Another thing to think about with Ian is he looks at the long game. A lot of people in property are talking about flipping and you know, just getting it done. What Ian really thinks through is the long-term investment and how to get the most out of that long-term investment. So if you are picking new properties, you're really thinking about the most that you can get out of this over a really long period of time. Even if you are looking at flipping, it's about choosing properties that have a higher return. It's about really getting the most out of your portfolio, so you're not in a constant state of building and stress, okay? So he really looks at teaching you how to carefully map and plan what you're doing so that, you know, in terms of your investment over a long period of time, you will get your return in the best possible way. So obviously the course is fabulous because it just walks you through all of the steps, and there's nothing that is missed out. A lot of other courses on the market, and I looked through all of them, they really but there's a lot of details that are left out that are crucial, and they are focused on the money. The money's great, but to make the money, you actually really need someone like Ian with, you know, 40 plus years experience with integrity that's telling you everything that you need to know. So that you can literally do what he has done, and he's always there to support you. So I hope this has been helpful for you to understand Ian from my perspective. Jump in, do his program. Definitely do not hesitate to work with him if you want someone outside of your project putting eyes over everything to support you and guide you, and you want the map that he gives you to be able to do this really well. I hope this has been helpful. Have a good day.